On March 11th, 2019, Path of Exile announced a new stash tab to be added, the Unique tab. This allows you to store and showcase one copy of every Unique in-game. When I read that, I knew what I had to do. I've set off to obtain every Unique in-game in the solo self-found game mode, filling the Unique stash tab completely. This shit will take a long ass time and won't be easy, but I'm always down for a grind. I'm Mathew Lighty, and this is All for One. Hey guys, I'm Mathew Lighty. This is episode 163 of All for One, the quest for unique completion. And we are in Trial of the Ancestors League, but we are not really touching the mechanic just yet. Stockpiling silver coins, having a lot of fun in the base game. And a lot of this episode is going to be about that. Next episode will be heavily, if not exclusively, Trial of the Ancestors, and maybe even the subsequent one. We'll have a lot of silver coins to go through, so if you're looking for League content, it is coming soon. Speaking of coming soon, the quality of this clothing is going to make me bust. Look at all these great articles of fun, dark aesthetic and anime streetwear from yours truly, Ice Tea Aesthetic, the sponsor for All for One and all things Lighty. Fantastic designs at fantastic prices with constant sales, not to mention my promo code that is on screen right now, Lighty10, Lighty20. Take advantage. I personally love their clothing. I wear it literally every week, every day of my life, including their sweet, sweet denim jacket. It is very comfortable. Love it, love it. So yeah, support them, support me, check it out. Makes for a great gift, makes you look cooler, makes you a better person. You will get into heaven if you die wearing one of these articles of clothing. Confirmed. All right, not much else to say. Enjoy the episode. I'll catch you at the very end for a brief talk.
Wait, why would they do
that? Slosh.
I keep forgetting. Shockwave totem. Yes.
6-link astral plate. Okay.
Oh.
Use that for Reaper.
So, like nice astral plate?
Well, that's just
I-80.
I-80 6-link astral plate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because I needed a body for Reaper, and I think they just use a rare. Yeah, they just use a rare armor body. So that's
spoon fed.
So since we had the replica Dragon's Flight that hit Reaper, and I do want to make a bossing character this league, decided to build Reaper. There's only 2 pieces of the puzzle I'm still missing. Amon Manu's Gaze, which is quite easy to get. I'll just do it through Abyss eventually on my other character. And then Replica Maloney's, which is honestly not the rarest of the, replicas. And that just triggers a Mirage Archer GMP and Snaring Arrow setup. But I just wanted to showcase real quick what it actually looks like to level with the Reaper. So, I'm using leveling gear, so take it with a grain of salt. But it's not great, right? I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's a bit scuffed. I'd probably just level with Absolution until you're like, I don't know, 60, 70, assuming you have the gear. And the tree itself also is like basically life res regen, and then you're just picking up aura nodes, and it's just it's a bit scuffed. But I figured when in Rome, level with Reaper, because I do have a Divergent Reaper, which is the better one for CDR. Nothing else special for the build aside from Asenath. Like, the things you'd really want for the build are Asenath, Divergent Reaper, Replica Maloney's, and then either All's Uprising or Replica Dragon Heart's Flight thing. But yeah, you kind of just like walk around and you shoot your little ensnaring arrows. This setup I got obviously is automatic typically, but it's not automatic because I don't have Replica. Maloney's full leveling. Despite that, it's level 45. So once I get level 45, I'll probably stop playing the build, and then I'll just go do some replicas. Hopefully snag a Maloney's within like the 50 replicas. Shouldn't be too hard, and then deal with that. But yeah, the Reaper itself does okay damage. So it's pretty chill times. The clear's not great. Again, your clear is heavily automated by the fact that you have Asenath and your Replica Maloney's automating your GMP and Snaring Arrow, which makes it so everything's tagged for your Asenath, and if Reaper kills something that's cursed, they blow up even if you didn't do the killing per se. So it covers a lot of your basis. So when I hit a big pack like this, it goes boom. Reaper's linked to Summon Phantasm. It's the only kind of new gem, I would say. Everything else is just your standard Fizz dot stuff. Reason Summon Phantasm's so nice in Reaper is because it triggers off of Reaper when she's fighting unique mobs, or of course she's clearing packs, but it allows her to automated eat things. So when she gets kind of low, she just gobbles things up. But yeah, she's predominantly a dot build. I don't have Empower, so in place of Empower, I'm just going to be running Phantasm. You can see the damage on Reaper itself is actually pretty decent. There's a rare, just kind of gets melted. And yeah, I mean, again, her pitfall is the clear. That's her Replica Maloney's, and the Ensnaring Arrow setup mixed with Asenath's kind of takes over. That lifts a lot of the burden. But it is a predominantly bossing build anyway. But I might probably... thinking I might do the League mechanic with, if anything, because it's should be a relatively chill one. I'm not really sure. Either way, I'm also using the wolf ring to level, because it's wolf rings are fun. But yeah, it's not that bad. It's just not amazing. League starting with this, I would be super scuffed. But second character starting, it's acceptable. Beware. Yeah, they really are. It's just cracked boots. 30 move speed, phasing it's phasing on kill, and then +1 chain. So good. Whoa! Look how small this fucking Grand Heist is. Tiny, tiny boy. It's like 2 feet long. What the hell? Thornvale. That's good.
Okay, I need to remember not to accidentally upgrade my precision again.
Yeah.
Or things will be bad.
Good. Now rush the exit.
Coming through.
Rush to the exit? I mean, I'll walk over there.
Okay.
Not hitting flasks.
Engineering.
What? What a country. Rush to the exit. You can't rush engineering.
Yes.
That's the second one I get.
Oh.
That's okay.
You're doing everything wrong.
Look,
Not everything, just a lot of it.
Didn't need it. Everything's fine.
Holy shit, Tibbs. He's banging he's banging the fuck out of her.
There's a shrapnel ballista enchant in here.
Yum.
Coming back for those 6 sockets. You sit there and wait.
Take a deep breath before we head in.
Building up my pile.
Oh god. That's a fun card to get from a stack deck.
Oh, nice.
Replica Bane Breath card.
Nice.
The first one legally. Oh my god. I actually Ancient Orbed Anathema. Oh my god.
The waiting. The waiting.
I can't believe that. I've spent hundreds of Ancient Orbs. I mean, I still have to hit Calandris, but fuck me, I'll take it. Anathema being not only one of the 3 or 4 base game uniques I was actually missing, is a ring that I very, very much wanted because of a goofy build that I don't think I can make at the moment. It's a Trickster Blade Trap build that uses Anathema. A lot of them use Anathema. If not, I think all of them. Anathema is a very good item, but it's an ephemeral edge. But you do need Presence of Chiula, which is getting a blessing of Chiula in SSF nowadays is like so annoying. But I really wanted to play basically this build here, a variation of it. So it's a build that has super high ES, so 15,000 ES, very low life pool. It's artificially reduced between Ghost Writhe, Ephemeral Edge, and Presence of Chiula, that it makes it so your life pool is minuscule, right? Minuscule life pool, which actually makes so you can artificially run things like have on low life or gain flask charges from this to like perpetuate cruciating flask, coruscating flask, sorry, and do a lot of funky things, and then use Blade Trap to like get an extra edge up with your huge chunk of flat lightning damage from Ephemeral Edge. And you're also using the new volatility because lightning damage has no bottom end, so there's only positive. So this is like a kind of build I want, and I can make this in standard if I wanted to, but Anathema is a key for this because it gives you power charge generation when you cast a curse, not the important part. The important part is curse limit is equal to your max power charge. So if I have 7 power charges, I can have 7 curses. That's, too many curses atypically, but you could do things like on an Arcanist brand setup, run connectivity, LE weakness, Enfeeble, have an assassin's mark set up like you see right here. Do a whole bunch of goofy stuff with free mega curses because of anathema. So it also does give you power charge generation. So it's a ring that gives you power charge generation and curses. And at the very bare minimum, it basically says generate power charges and get +2 curses. So pretty sick ring when it comes to a build like this. One I definitely want to check out in the near future. Just have to snag myself a fucking little blessing of Chiula, which is easier said than done. Alright, first Lich can get on a Manu's eye off of a Manu himself. Come on. Oh my god. We can't. We did get a 2... What the fuck? A 2-socket Shroud of the Lightless off of him. What the fuck? That's so much more rare. Ay. Okay. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that, but alright.
Don't roll 100%.
Thanks, Friggle. Good tip.
You're welcome.
Thank God Friggle's here to
I'm
give us
trying
the
to make
advice.
a accuracy stacker as well.
Oh. Accuracy. Oh, the Brian King's in the corner. That's okay. We'll let him do his thing.
What a chat.
He's just sitting there. He's stuck, actually.
He's role playing. He's
Nice.
role playing
Oh, he
as the
got stuck
fucking
where
other
the
boss.
spider was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good for him. Proper. You need to really you need a squire, realistically, to play Mjolnir. Like it's just so much to play. People are always like, "Oh, you're gonna drop Mjolnir in your roll." I'm like, dude, you don't understand that that is not the concerning piece of the build. That's fine.
Gotta get 3 more tier 0s.
Oh my god, my screen. Let's quest contracts. look at the exclamations. Look at the pile. Shit.
Oh, no.
All right.
You
So
chose
this is my next 2 hours. It's just in. Death is scared.
Oh, unique contract.
Yeah, man.
You finished a quest line.
Yeah, man. Bonk. Wow, a void battery with damage pen.
Wait, what the,
Oh,
wait,
man.
hold on.
Wait, what'd that
That's
come
really
from?
good.
Thank you, wand card.
Yeah, corrupted one div card.
Nice meme.
That's
Obama.
cute.
Size bedroom. It's beautiful.
The other two both live in the
So
basement.
strange.
You live in the
Yeah, I don't know.
laundry room.
That's so
It's
weird.
like a 3-story thing, I think.
Hey,
Pretty
three.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I
Doesn't
think it is
matter.
a
Yeah.
fairly
Fucking
large
weird.
house and
Like all
it's like
shares
segregated
voice.
a
What
bit.
is that?
but It's,
Whoa.
Lightning.
It's
thing.
what?
Awaken
Which,
Lightning Pin.
it doesn't just mean one
Oh,
thing.
that's super good. Yeah, it does.
It doesn't. Also,
Pimp's talking about the dark times again.
Uh-oh.
Sick.
Lost like 20 cold res. So I'd have to
Oh.
annul off the life. No, it's gone.
Oh, there goes the res.
It's fine. I need tier 1 movement speed and I need tier 1 life, really.
Yeah, and then you can just.
Yeah, that'll do.
Holy shit.
That's,
Holy
yeah,
fuck.
that's like
Okay.
very, very
Alright,
nice.
that's fine. Alright. Give me a belt. Give me a belt of the eye. There's a belt. Finally. Okay. 50 to 100%. 57. That's goddamn awful. Alright, I just tanked. Okay, that did no damage. Okay. I accidentally tanked the diamond. I did like negligible amounts of damage. Alright, do I get a jewel at the very least? So I don't have to come back here? Nope, I got an awakener's orb though. That saves me a lot of time. That'll do. I accept that.
Oh, it's this fight. I thought it was the big one. Then it would have been 7 to chaos. I don't know what the fuck I was
Whoa,
thinking.
Voidborn Reliquary key.
Let's go.
Can't wait to see
shit.
absolute dog shit. Okay, here we go. I gotta take my fucking scarab out, apparently.
I am the one under the sun, don't need a gun.
Wah. Okay.
Echo Forge. Echo Forge.
Last one alive. Lock that door.
That's a breaststone.
Breaststone?
I do
Nice.
not need a 5th breaststone. Alright, top left fragment. Come on. Fuck! Come on, top left fragment. No. No. No one ever got hit by a non-basic attack. Okay. Come on, let me go heist. Please, let me free. Come on. Fuck! So bad. Yikes. I'm dead. Woo! Lag City, baby. I need a Profane Bloom on this fucking guy. There we go. Popped! Yeah, I love having... This is why I love having essences in the boss room. You just run them next to the boss, and you can just Profane Bloom and one-shot things. Oh, happy day! Freedom, freedom, freedom. Freedom, freedom, freedom. 10 shapers to get my Uber Elder done. Woo! No, I wasn't close. Yeah. That's unfortunate. I think Shaper died away earlier. Alright, anything remotely useful? Watcher's Eye. I don't think I'm going to be able to beat my last Watcher's Eye. My last Watcher's Eye is kind of insane. Best case scenario would be like, yeah, something like Malevolence or like Vitality, Life on Hit, something cool like that, I guess. You know, let's see what we got here. Yeah, it's super shit. Become a proficient Reaper soon. Oh, Empower, finally! We are leaving to uncontraband real quick. You didn't know you could do that, and you're in the middle of a heist, and you get loot you don't want to lose because it's contraband. You could just walk out. So here it is. Contraband, a little lock on it. Walk out, no longer contraband. So now if I die like an idiot, I won't lose it. Oh, no.
Gilbert,
Hold on. Gilbert, is that you?
He was in the movie, wasn't he?
No.
No. That's Aladdin.
No, he was
the
he
parrot
was
in Aladdin.
No.
Oh,
Aladdin.
okay, okay.
No,
I'm
no.
sorry.
No.
I wish he was, if that helps.
Simba, it's me, Gilbert, your father, Mufasa. I'm leveling many characters at once because it's that time of the league where I'm kind of still waiting for the league mechanic to get augmented, so I don't really mind leveling in a league where I could itemize the currency being silver coins while leveling, so you still get silver coins. It feels fine to level, so it's fine. I have so many, leveling unique, so one of the builds I want to play amongst the many builds is armor stacking Smite, because I love Val Smite, and armor stacking is very good. Replica Dream Feather, Doriani's the whole shebang. Here's Val Smite. Feels great. Zoop, whole screen goes bye-bye. So I'm just leveling like a fucking champ right now. And pretty much when I level, when I have like full leveling uniques on, like the whole 9 yards, I basically just skip all I only kill, magic mobs, rares, and uniques. And that's kind of the recommended status quo here for doing this sort of thing. Like, you just skip all normal packs. And if you have an AoE skill or you have a Val skill, feel free to nuke it, but just kind of skip it all, and then you just focus on, like, I'll stop for a rare, I'll stop for a magic pack, especially because I'm so kitted that I could kill everything else around it through, like, subsequent AoE, that this is all I spend time doing wise. Because experience-wise, nothing else really makes sense, It just makes more sense just to skip all content that's not just that sort of stuff. So, for those, I just, that's kind of how I level. I put on full uniques and I just walk on through until I see a rare, I kill it, and like I said, if we have a Val skill, feel free to let rip and then clear off. But aside from that, it's a walking sim. A scale of like 1 to 10, how cracked do you think my luck is right now?
Probably like a 6.5.
6.5. Oh man. Not like in love with that, but
You planning to ball that thing?
planning to? Planning's a strong word. Nothing happened.
Well, attempts were made.
Oh, another one.
Send it to the grinder.
Do they have any rolls at all? No. Not really. Yeah, I'll just force socket that. That's the extent of my involvement here.
Oh. Rip.
Okay, so I'm on the armor stacking Smite character, who does lightning damage, so it's kind of like lightning stacking. And I figured I'm just about to finish the acts, so I just figured I'd do a breakdown of where I am, what we're going to be farming, where we're going, kind of. So, yeah, I'm 72 when I'm finishing the acts, and I already did all of my labs. I literally just did, basically I did all 4 labs in a row. Long story short, I didn't really bother even stopping. I just breezed through. The build is like soft online, as in, if you see my armor, I have like 60,000+ armor, so I've got 90% fizz mitigation. I don't really take much damage, and I'm beginning to aura stack, if you will. Gear choices. A couple things here are permanent, and a couple things are temporary. Replica Dream Feathers are the endgame weapons. I've got 2 of those. They're perfectly fine. They have rolls legally. Well, they don't matter too much, so there they are. Alpha's Hell, I do have, although I would like to get a +2 aura one, so it's 4 auras. That is also an endgame helm. Everything else is kind of subject to change, except for probably my gloves, which I crafted. They've got life, they've got res, they've got accuracy and extra strike implicit, since smite is a strike skill. And everything else is kind of going to change. I'll have Doriani's body, I'll probably have a unique amulet of some sort, and boots I have to remove the lightning res eventually because of Doriani's, but I'll recraft these anyway. But yeah, the rest of the gear is kind of temporary. And I'll be picking up Perseverance so I can put that on, which I think is like 78 or something for a Vanguard belt. This is the tree. You can ignore the anoint. I'm using an old amulet. And yeah, so every other point from here on is going into clusters. Leveling this tree is a bitch because you're just like on the fucking highway going all the way up. And yeah, you do want an impossible escape if you're in Trade League. I think it's off of Chaos Inoculation, let you pick up this cluster. So that'd be cool, but you don't need it. It's just, you know, there's no reason not to use it. If you're in Trade League, impossible escape right there. And you do like a Thread of Hope right here. I think a medium. I think it lets you pick up Spiked Bulwark, which is good, and Lust for Carnage, which is good. I think maybe that's it. Maybe something else. But yeah, medium there is good. And you get to reduce your res, which is good for Doriani's eventually. But aside from that, I've already got 1 cluster spot with a shit cluster, 1 second cluster spot with a shit cluster. I'll have the 3rd over here. The basis of the tree is just frameworked for a bajillion clusters, endurance charges, a little bit of life and sustain, a little bit of mana, bunch of aura stuff. So you come down here, champion the cause, aura node, you get some life, you get some armor, iron reflexes converts all our evasion into armor, and then, you know, we get all that upscaling. Max endurance charges because we get free endurance charges from adamant. I pick up Revelry almost exclusively just for a mana mastery. You can drop this later if you just have better clusters. I don't have them. That's fine. They are a precise technique build. You just gotta make sure our accuracy is above our life. Our life pool is very low thanks to this build because we're super high mitigation, super low actual life pool. 3k life is about all you get. But my 2.9 on my accuracy, 2.7 on my life, so I'm good. Getting that 40%. And then you get all this, you know, onslaught goodness and graceful assault, free poison immunity thanks to the mastery there. And if you can also pick up this mark thing, it's not terrible. 3 points for cults, actually, like pretty okay. But there's that, and then the mark clusters, masteries are not bad as well. So you can pick up mark if you want. A little bit of life and armor, a little bit of life armor, endurance charge, cluster, endurance charge, aura, life. The tree is not very fancy. And then you just get, you know, whatever amount of 3 larges, and then inside those, you're housing small aura nodes. 3 passive, ideally. Inspirational, I think, is the role. Just gives 10% aura effect. And then the small nodes give RMR, the mana efficiency. So, yeah, it's kind of a boring tree because not a lot's going on. And for our ascendancy choices of champion, we pick up inspirational because auras, fortify, so we're fortified with stun immunity. And then first strike, last to fall gives us free intimidate, which is just 10% more damage. And then we have a little bit of an oh shit button, which just means if we get hit savagely, we recover a chunk of it, then we get adrenaline. We're not that far off a low life because we're running a couple auras, vitality, arrogance, precision. Off of life, we're probably going to throw an extra one on to lose some more life, so we're more likely when we get hit to trigger first to strike, last to fall. But it's not something I'm going to be automatically triggering per se, just kind of there. And then we're currently running Defiance Banner, which is free, Wrath, Precision, Vitality, Purity of Elements, which you eventually would swap to Purity of Fire and Purity of Ice because of the Doriani's body. We don't want a Lightning Res at all. That covers all our resistances there. Determination for damage, and then I think eventually we'll be running Haste also, which will feel nice, and Clarity as well, which we might put on our life pool. But yeah, so we have a lot of auras, duh. And next really big thing is Perseverance. I'm going to be sitting in Tropical Island, which I think is a natural 3, maybe. Let's find out what it is. Natural 5, yes. We'll be farming Tropical Island, Tier 5 Trop Island, for a while, because that has the Alpha Hell cards. That is pretty common. This way we're going to get our more Alpha Hell to Val, and we're probably going to swap our tree over, which currently is set up for Breach and Abyss and Heist, to Delirium and Exiles and Ghosts, kind of like our Bog strategy. If you're in Twitch chat, you could use the Atlas command to see my Tier 6 Bog Ghost strategy. I'm doing the same thing for Trop Island. Get ourselves our Dorianis, because it's kind of a rarest drop, and that way I could get my body armor, but I could level, until 90 without Dorianis. It's just going to be a less, we have way less damage. My tree's also going to be totally different, but a couple things I got to farm out anyway. But damage is honestly fine for now, and Val Smite for clear is very, very fun. So a lot of work to be done, but next stop will be Perseverance, and I'll catch you when I get that. Okay, so this is a little bit later. I'm now level 83, so I played a little bit more since we've mapped. I have Perseverance on. It gives me all the goodies that Perseverance gives me, which is just basically Onslaught and a big chunk of damage, which is what I want. That feels good. I swapped to Jinx Juju and put in Charisma. This amulet gives me Int, Cast Res, and Aura Effect. That's what I need, so that's fine. And my setups changed a little bit. I have Molten Shell on left click now, just for that huge chunk of molten-y goodness. I've been forgetting to level it, that's on God. And, yeah, what else? Oh yeah, I have enough levels that I just grabbed all the small 3 clusters I had. 3 shit clusters, right? Nothing fancy any of them. I just picked up all the singular jewel sockets, and what that gave me is each one has either a 2% or a 3% mana reservation node. So I can't have small clusters. I'll use these in the interim. This makes it so I could run Haste now, which is, I'm running 8 auras now. So I have Determination, Wrath, Clarity, Defiance Banner, Vitality, Purity of Elements, Precision, and Haste. I'm walking at 96 speed. I have 402 regen, very capped, everything. Attack very fast. Do very good damage. It's feeling good. So yeah, I just now continuing to farm out as I swap my Atlas tree, basically. I have more farming to do. I'm trying to farm out small clusters, so I'm swapping a lot of the tree over to Delirium. The permanent, that's a lot. We'll deal with that in a second. The permanent Delirium setup. This node, Unending Nightmare, is fantastic for SSF. So I have Wandering Path on with these small cluster nodes, and that equals just juicy cluster goodness. So really loving that, and I'm starting to pick up the spawn rate and a lot of the other Delirium shit. So yeah, it's going pretty good. I've got to transition also my tree to Esh, so I'll have Breach and Delirium. With Esh specifically because I need to get the amulet from Esh eventually. I'll swap this over to amulet. That makes it so my lightning damage is lucky, which basically means if you roll 2 dice, you pick the higher the number. That's the gist of lucky. And with lightning damage, the range is so high, it's extra good. So, used to have a lightning mastery, don't have one now, but lucky is very, very good, so we're going to be grabbing that. But overall, we're just farming out more alpha cells. Since I've been here for like a couple hours on Trop Island, I've already gotten half a set, so 3 out of 6 cards. So I should be able to val a couple of these a day, and it should be better as I also climb up the void chain. I'm currently just doing tier 5s. I think we're probably good to move on to 1 tier higher here into, what is this even? Tropical Island. Am I blind? Tier 8s. We'll be on to tier 8s then.
Name of the
Yep, Mexican place.
Mexican place.
Very funny. Maybe racist, not sure.
Never.
Oh man, look at that over there in the ground. 2 smalls. Oh, they're both mana reservation. I'm gonna nut.
What the fuck?
Are you watching Omniphobia? Just for context of like how fucking bosses are just absolute pussies compared to Delirium rares when this is cranked up. It's comical. Little fun fact for those out there in SSF, I guess. Some people just don't pick up small clusters, which I totally get because small clusters. But something to note: they can only roll 2 to 4 mods, and sometimes they do naturally roll 2 mods, and they're kind of shit. Or when you regal them, to upgrade them, it'll happen. When you're vendoring them 5 to 1, keep in mind there actually is a recipe some people don't know for Scour Orb. So it's any rare item that is with 2 affix that can be created using a regal. So you could basically turn 1 regal into 1 Scour, A, and B, any 2 mod jewel will just give you a Scour. So food for thought. I'm just doing some red maps, like really lowly crafted just to get experience, because I just want to get a couple more levels. Just picked up 87, which gets me one of my, so I don't have the ability to roll my reservation clusters for Aura Effect yet, because I don't have enough reservation to run all my auras I'd like to run. It's about to change in a second here. So a lot of my Aura reservation nodes, these 3 passive ones, are going to be allocated to getting the 50% reductions in the 50% auras, which lets me run things like with this meager amount, I can run in 2 seconds here. Boop. I should be able to run Grace, I believe. 18%. I guess I'm a little off. I should be able to run Grace. I'm gonna have to get 1 more level. But I'm on the cusp of running Grace, basically. Because this one is on Determination. This one's on Grace. You have to take the aura in and out. No. So normally it's 15%, now we got down to 18. They can get an extra Sublime Vision for Grace, because the all-res is nice as well, just in general right now. And I'll be able to run Grace, which is that huge amount of evasion after being flat, then scaled, and converted to armor should give me a really big armor boost. So we'll check that out in a second. So I've kind of hit my limit on what this build can do without getting more clusters or prototype. So I'm just going to be hopping over to my Impending Doom character and continuing the Tropical Island farm on that one. These Tropical Islands, although they're level 5, incredibly lethal when you get to the 8th tier of Delirium. I mean, it is unspeakably tanky. Everything basically has 80% damage reduction, 80% more damage. Crazy. You can sit there and right-click on a mob for it. I mean, I just did a map with this guy, and it took, unironically, like 10 minutes to clear the map on a character that could probably do the Feared right now, just for context. So it is a huge kick up in difficulty when doing these really juiced, super juiced Delirious maps. But it is very, very profitable when it comes to getting my sweet small clusters. So I'm gonna keep doing that, and then I'll also level my Awakened Gems on the side. And I'll also look for more pack leaders. I do have to take off stream probably soon, because I want to put on some divination scarabs, but until then we'll just keep on putting the maps in. I am, just for the record, using my MF filter. I have to. There's thousands of rares in the ground whenever I get a Delirium map, like right here, so it's required now. Just for context, here is my regular filter as it's progressing through the Atlas. And then when I go to my MF filter, the one you use now at most endgame situations, that's the difference. We're talking only the essentials I'm really picking up, only the goods. So just because I'm not blocking it, Ritual showed up, and there was a shit page, so I re-rolled. Fucking Enlighten, man. There's my first Enlighten of the league. It's now sitting in Ritual. Which means I now have to do what? A Ritual eventually, so it'll show up enough in the, near future, but it's so goofy that there's just an Enlighten now sitting in limbo in my fucking rituals that I don't have anything spec'd into but occasionally show up, so good for me. Also a 30% map drop with cranked quant, so I'm just gonna save this for whenever I do Ghosts and Exiles again, because 137 quant is pretty juicy. Also in the Aura Stacker we do have 1 3 passive there, and we have 2 and 3 there. Right, so we have enough to do 6. I just don't have 6 3 passives. I'm halfway in the 3 passive parts. Now we're getting picky. So we're going to keep going. on the other character and keep doing the strategy until I have 6-3 passives, and then we'll kind of call it there. But I'm halfway done, and it hasn't even been that long. It's been like, I don't know, 5-6 hours of doing this mapping, so pretty close. Honestly, we're pretty close to where, to where I want to be. I keep re-rolling aggressively. Also, obviously, every time I get any amount, I re-roll. But yeah, fingers crossed on more goodies. More goodies to be had. Well, there's an amulet. No, there's not an amulet. There's a unique.
When I'm ready.
It's a claw. Oh, no. One day or another.
How's the editing going?
I have to draw Lightning McQueen.
Okay. Understandable.
So I'm going to tell you guys a story of my time in college.
Uh-oh.
Dude.
One of my friends stuck his dick in the tailpipe of our van when we was on a Christian retreat.
What the hell?
Okay.
Christian retreat.
Yeah.
I don't remember asking, but okay.
I'm just trying to map in peace. No shot. No shot.
Yeah, shot.
Fuck!
Uh-oh, he lost. He lost so too.
Buddy, you gotta go sell it. Go sell it on the black market.
The what market?
You can go
The
get
black
a clone
market.
name like I did.
Whose market?
That's how you can
Who's
tell
in
he's from
Paris?
Wow. Why are you like this?
They just call it the market.
Mm-hmm. Whoa. Come on, baby. Fuck!
And
Literally
go.
nothing.
Into it. Nothing.
Wow.
Nice.
Isn't it cool when you kill the breach boss and it doesn't drop anything?
Yep.
Because none of it's on your filter T.
Well, maybe this will give me something.
Mage blood. Shiny mage blood.
I think it's gonna be a
Actum.
gluttony.
I'm
Leather
gonna go
belt.
with the chains that
Gluttony
the chain,
leather
the
belt.
chain that binds or whatever, the minion belt.
That's Aegis
No,
Aurora.
oh, no.
I'm so proud.
That's a pretty nice one.
That's pretty.
It's pretty
cool.
good.
It's a pretty good one.
to have.
I don't need it
Yeah,
right now,
shit.
but
That's crazy.
it's not bad. That's definitely a higher value Voidborn. Is there a challenge for doing a Ghosted Beyond Delirious boss?
You got a few layers on this bad boy.
Ah,
Too bad it's not in a
layers of
ritual.
delirium. Is it in a ritual just one more thing?
Yep.
One more thing.
So nice. You can
Everything's
fight
gonna
it
drop,
twice.
by the way.
Nothing.
From
Like maybe
Ghosted,
two tainted
Delirious, Beyond boss.
I don't
Two
know,
tainted
maybe
fuse-
like
two fusing is ambitious.
like two blacksmiths and an armor scrap.
Close.
fusing.
When I'm ready. Not
Don't you love how shit that is?
700. That's enough. That's enough, boy. Thank you for the enlighten. Beep. There's a goddamn synth map in here. I can't defer it. My schmackles. Oh, how much was the defer cost? 1,000. That's too much. Kosas, huh? I just sat on that by accident. What does this say? Oh, that was kind of a mistake, but that's okay. Just gave Kosas 200% more damage.
Nice. That's hot. That's hot.
Oh, just went to drink water and my glass is empty.
Oh no.
My eyes are doing the thing where they're starting to blink independently.
Like a fucking bullfrog.
Yeah, like a bullfrog. Like I'm misfiring fucking synapses because I'm so sleepy playing Path.
Fucking insane. I cannot wait to get all these.
I didn't realize my power's level 3.
Oh shit! All
I
right.
was just sitting there. Ghost. Ghost, go in him.
Oh.
Go in him. Yes. Yes. Is that a challenge? It's not a challenge. Okay.
Oh, what the fuck!
I wasn't sure.
I thought it would have been. You've been chasing ghosts. And trying
I
to
did
get
have
drones
the
and shit.
so far I've had a Delirious boss, Ghosted, and I've had a Beyond boss, Ghosted and Delirious. Alright, so I just wanted to showcase like what the 1 in 10 scenario is we're talking about, right? So we got the chance of spawn breach is so high, and then we have the 1 in 10 chance for unrelenting torment to proc. And on Bog, obviously there's no other rare mobs, unless bodyguards procs from exiles. Since you kill the Nestros beforehand, that what it looks like when you have Bright Boy all joked out is like this kind of. So you kind of walk in and you can kill him, and you do get a pretty decent return. This is like Alk and Go returns, so you're likely to see we'll see a good chunk of uniques, and then obviously clusters come from completion. But you could get, stuff of value. But if you look at the ground, that's the amount of quantity of items that are dropping. And this is a low quant map, or low rarity, only 400, so the map itself is like 80 quant. This is like a standard common scenario. So this is like not the outlier, but this is the standard. Wrapping up one of my Rogue Exile Ghosted Bog maps. I actually didn't get it to proc, that's what I've been doing. Trying to fish for my prototype here with the Aura Stacker guy. And I did just get, I believe, our last jewel. And I want to show you briefly what the setup is for jewels now, because it has changed slightly. We're no longer running notables. Turns out it's just better to run the increased effect nodes instead of a notable overall. Until I could run all my auras, then I run inspirational. So for introspective, whatever it is, I'll find it in a second. Oh, there it is anyway. I can't have lightning rest. I lied. I'll get one and I'll show you, and then we'll get back. There's introspection. Okay. Ideally, I would hit. I can't have all rest. Fucker. Introspection into effect would be the best case scenario. But crafting those could take a very long time. All right, I can plop this down here, and there we go. I've had to drop my endurance charges, and again, I'm level 87, so I have 5 to 6 easy levels on the table. But 1, 2, 3 setups. I only have one that has introspection. I should have that. I think that all of them should have introspection, but that's fine if it doesn't. I also had a path here versus out here, and I dropped Master of the Arena, which I might want to pick up again. They also changed how melee strike range is labeled, and it's now in metric, so it says 0.3 meters. I don't understand what that means in relation to actual gameplay, so there's that, but whatever. And then, yes, let me show you what it actually turns out. It's way better, by the way. This whole setup is way better, but I just want to show you what it actually represents in whatever. So I'm able to run Grace now, and I have a lot of mana left over. I could probably run extra orders even, but I just want what Grace looks like damage-wise. I'll stand still for a sec. Oh, I'll wait till my Molten Shell falls off. Okay, so let's just say I'm at 97,000 armor, and my loose tooltip is 50k. Okay, turning on Grace puts my armor 110,000 higher, and it makes my tooltip go to 87k from 50k. Kind of crazy, I know. So the damage difference is massive. My attack speed is way higher. My mana's still fine. I still have my charges. Everything's going well. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I'm not even sure where I'd want to run. Like, I know I have to run double purity, but that's actually cheaper, I think, than doing elements at the moment. So probably could squeak in something else, or just drop some effect and then run more introspections. Unsure, but I just want to. We'll mess around with this character, but now it's just about getting prototype, which I have to still do. So that's the main objective, is get prototype. I'm gonna toss the divide on my Widow Hail. So I want a better one. I've only got shitty ones. I'm feeling it, Mr. Krabs.
I'm gonna guess 241.
That'd be great, because mine's 191. Alright. Come on, baby. 234.
Ooh,
I'll stay there. That's fine.
Okay.
I accept. Oh, that's so bait. I got memed on.
Happened to you too? Oh.
Yeah. Fuck me. What? What even killed me? There's nothing there. Oh my god. I guess I'll take a flask or a nebulous.
This will never be over. I will unify.
Don't really need anything here either. I'm no beggar. It's all good. I accept. And where it is. My Cortex dropped another Cortex. Okay, I accept that as well. Oh yeah, I forgot I had a div card for the I have the replica Bated Breath div card I got off of a stack deck. Got a quick gamble on that bad boy. All right, we got 2 cards now.
Nice, nice.
Sure. My God, my audio. You hear that? All right, we're back in the Aura Stacker, and I do have all of my basic Auras reservations set up. None of them with introspective, and I actually have one crafted properly, which is that looks like this. You have to get introspection with also the increased effect. That makes the 6% go to 7%. If you had a 35% increase versus 25 from an ID4 one, which would be so hard to get, 9 of or 8 of or whatever until a self-found, you could get 35% plus introspective. But even getting 25% plus introspection is so hard. So right now I just have ones that don't have introspective that do have increased effect, and they have more reservation, therefore, because the last node doesn't give me 10% effect, it's giving me 7% reservation, which I'm currently using because I'm using Purity of Lightning since I don't have Doriani's still. Now, that's a whole mouthful. That being said, when I'm sitting here with my 2 auras, and I currently have Purity of Ice and Purity of Fire that are 21s, which you'll keep in here, I just won't have Purity of Lightning, so I'll have Doriani, so I don't want Lightning Res, I want, negative Lightning. That'll all be done, yada yada yada. Currently, I have 8 mana, and my mana cost to attack. So my mana cost to attack is 8, and I can currently swap this one ring, reduce life by a little bit. I can put on wherever it is, this thing. I don't have any scours, but that'll put my mana cost to 1. Then I could legally play the build with using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 auras, which will be 10 eventually because I don't want Purity of Lightning. But yeah, so far it's fine. My defense, I have 200,000 armor. I'll have 84 all res effectively, and we'll just be Bing chilling. So nice, that's where we're at. And if Ruckus procs, I cry. Tears of joy. I actually think it did. 4 here is a lot for there to be not whatever. Oh, it actually did proc. That is insane.
Oh, fuck.
Wow. Oh, close. That might be my closest, actually. I don't think anything else here has any value.
How's the Void Sphere working?
Not at all. I don't use it.
Oh, okay.
I haven't leveled the character yet.
Oh.
But I will. Ooh, a jewel. Now there's a...
Okay.
And it is... Ooh, inspired learning. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, let's Val my old enlighten. Nothing happened. Cool beans.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Oh no, the wrong Saints Halberd dropped. Devastated. Fucking Ivory Tower. That's not what I need. Rare has like many ghosts in him. Another Saints Halberd. Oh, another fucking one. Memed. Double memed. I haven't seen one in like 1,000 maps. I get 2 in one map. I think this is it. This might be my 1,000 silver coin. Wow.
Oh my god.
Still haven't really touched the mechanic. Well, you heard it here. We're at over 1,000 silver coins, so it's time to actually start leveling our build to do the mechanic and start actually churning away at our 1,000-ish silver coins. So we're gonna get this build up and running. There's really not much to it. I could show you an example of what they look like. They're all kind of the same. Here's like a champion playing it. You basically just have a void sphere set up that, just does void sphering with big AoE and second wind, so you can cast 2 duration. You make it as big as possible and last as long as possible. And then you get an ensnaring arrow set up to ensnare things and knock them back as long as possible. Fear them. You get as much block as possible, you get as much dodge as possible by getting as much suppression as possible, and then converting that with acrobatics into dodge. You basically just play keep away, and then you do the mechanic, and enfeeble and temp chains. Makes it so everything's slow and they also have low accuracy. Mega Nords for knockback distance, Rainbow Strides for more block. That puts you at spell block cap with rear guard plus Widow Hail. It's like the most ZZZZZ, no fun, no brain build you can imagine. You're just running around. And if you like the mechanic, that's fantastic. If you don't like the mechanic, God help you, because it's going to be... I mean, they're all doing... When I say they're all doing the exact same thing, I mean, they're all basically doing the exact same fucking thing. You can do this on any character, really. I think I'm picking a Deadeye. Maybe a Pathfinder. It doesn't matter. It's literally all the same shit. Here's some Elementalists doing it. Here's a Trickster doing it. You just kind of do it. I would like to get a Siege Jewel, which is kind of interesting. This gives you Kineticism, which just says projectile attacks always inflict bleed, maim, and knockback. So it gives you a 100% chance to knockback. They can't pierce or fork or chain. So if I get that, it just means my projectiles always knock back. I would have to just farm out more Delirium to get one. It's just a matter of time to acquire one. So that's something you could do there if you want. The Warrior's Tail Jewel comes from the mechanic, and Brutal Restraint for the flask uptime. Gives you 100% uptime of these two flasks. You have two flasks are pretty much procking always. And I would just have to farm that out from Legion. So there's a couple things I could farm out before starting. Might give myself a week to do that. But then by like next week, we're beginning. We're beginning the mechanic. We're actually going to have to play the league. Alright guys, so that was the episode. We are poised and ready to farm out a little bit more gear for our build. And then start living life in Trial of the Ancestors. It's going to be next episode all about the league mechanic. So I hope you're ready for nothing but that. So far my experience has been nothing but negative with it. And hopefully having a build that totally cheeses the mechanic makes it extremely positive and fun for me. But we'll get into that later. I've been Matt Lighty. This has been the All Fun episode. If you want to catch the streams live, feel free. Life's a little busy now with my house construction and wedding coming up. But if not, you can always catch the videos or feel free to message me in Discord. I'll see you guys in the next one. Lighty out. Bye-bye.
Don't think that isn't within the character limit, lady. I'm afraid you're lying to me.
No, it's an acronym.
It's an acronym.
AHCP.
Oh no. No. I heart CP? That's what you want my acronym to be?
I got into my dad's collection.
Making
Here's
fucking
that's
toilet wine.
my dad's CP collection.
Oh no.
Jesus Christ.
Wait a second. All this looks like me as a kid.
Oh shit, this is me. What the fuck?
I've been jerking to pictures of myself for years. Hold on. Is that considered CP? If you jerk off to photos of you as a child.
I think you want to know the answer.
They call this the long con.